One. And welcome everybody to the
Rally
least
around the family with a pocket full of smells. What's going on Sunday?
the least popular
podcast.
Podcast in all of North America.
Fucking
it is
something
We're not talking about that.
Something we do really well,
dude. Is be unpopular, and I like it. For some reason, we own this.
We do. Let's own it well. Let's do well in owning it.
We do. We might have a guest. I have a friend who's kind of stupid, so I don't know if he'll be able to do it. But
I love
Chuck
stupid friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Chuck.
Chuck is.
Yeah. Who doesn't love Chuck? Chuck ain't stupid. Well, no.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, come on.
I'll let him defend himself if he shows up. If he doesn't,
going to show up?
It's more proof that
he'll just pop up.
Yeah. That's
all right.
Well, he'll be coming in on his phone with the.
Well, he wants to be as unpopular as we are.
Oh, he's less popular than we are, for sure.
No, I don't know if that's possible. I'm not sure that's possible. What's going on?
I got to actually get him. I got to get him a book back. I borrowed an Ayn Rand book from him that I needed to get back to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent you guys that shit from Drumeo. Did you see that dude fucking playing?
I've seen that guy 1,000 times. He usually only plays with one hand. He's like,
yeah, he's playing one hand and drinking a coffee while doing it.
Yeah.
There's a Drumeo thing that I like, and I don't know why I watch this stuff so much, but it's like they'll bring professional drummers in, and some of them are younger. You know, some of them are like fucking could be our children. You know,
like Shandy.
They haven't heard certain things, you know what I mean? There've been a couple of, and they play, and like, okay, we're gonna play this track without the drums. Do whatever you're gonna do, make it up yourself. Like, be creative, figure it out, and then we'll play the original at the end. So do your best take. You can take as many times as you want doing it, and it's interesting to see how like there's this one Mars Volta. It's a girl, I think, is named Philo, and dude, she was badass. It's just like seeing somebody really do their art and really kill it at that. And then they play back the original. It's like, oh my God, look at that. And there was a dude from Juilliard on there today. It was like,
what are you watching?
It's a Drumeo. It's a thing from YouTube. And then they do this, like I said, they do this thing where they bring on people. And a lot of them young enough to have never heard some songs. Like this person had never heard Rage Against the Machine, had never heard. This girl, Philo, had never heard Limelight. Limelight from Rush is what they gave her to do, right?
Oh,
it's like we're sticking it to you, and she nailed it. She did really good trying to figure this stuff out. It's
Gabe, do you not like Rush?
No, Rush is...
Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew it.
I
can't smoke a chill under that.
Dude, I wasn't on swim team, okay? Sorry.
Swim team? What's that got to do with it?
That was the people who liked Rush at my high school were the swim team.
Oh, dude, come on.
Dude, Rush sucks.
Really? In my school, they were the Stoners.
Yeah.
The Pink Floyd group or the...
Did you go all the way back to 2112, T-Bone? Or did you because Moving Pictures was the shiznit?
No, yeah. I listened to all of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a Rush fan. Farewell to Kings, all of it.
Really?
It's prog rock, dude. That's why I don't understand why you don't like it, Gabe.
And the trees and the mountains. I don't like that kind of crap. I don't know. I can't get into it. Maybe
it's Ayn Rand. That's a lot of it was influenced there. The lyrics and stuff. It is.
What was
Neil Peart?
Is it really? Is it influenced by Ayn Rand?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Were they big fans of that fucking cunt?
Neil Peart was writing all the lyrics for it, and he was a big
Ayn Rand fan. Yeah. See,
he was an optimist.
I just have feels. I have a lot of feels, and I can figure it out.
I know you
got a lot of feels.
I got
a lot of feels. We got pretty heavy.
Spidey senses?
We got pretty heavy last week when we talked about the fact that Starbucks jobs are like starter jobs, and you get all upset.
Because that's bullshit. You know what? We shouldn't even start that conversation.
Why not? Why not?
Because it's fucking because it's such bullshit, and you still believe it. Jesus Christ!
You know what I found? I found today on Reddit there's actually a subreddit called tipping, and I'm like, I'm joining that because of what we talked about last week. It was interesting. This guy comes on Reddit and he says it finally happened. And I'm like, okay, what finally happened? Of course, I got to read it. And he's like, I fucking did my transaction. It came up the tip thing. I said no. And they spun the thing around. And the cashier said, no tip. And
Oh.
the guy was like, the guy's writing. He's like, I was fucking flabbergasted. It actually fucking challenged me on my no tip. And then some other Redditor puts this in. And I thought it was good. He said, if I'm standing when I get my food, there's no tip for that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
That's a good response, because then comes, well, economy, my boss doesn't pay me enough, and why couldn't you just help me out? It's like, wait, dude, this gets out of control. It's like, that's between your boss, bro. That's between you and your boss.
We shouldn't be.
Or go find something else.
Well, it's between society, and everybody. It's between everybody. But I'm not subsidizing the businesses anymore by giving the fucking tips. If we stop giving tips, the businesses the people won't work there. They're gonna have to up the salary. So fuck
no,
you.
because they didn't used to get tips, man. If you remember when we were younger, I mean, nobody was asking for tips at fucking McDonald's. It didn't just automatically
with the
show up.
goddamn church. You went to church and they passed around a thing. They want you to
true.
fucking start tipping there.
Tips are ancient.
You could put shit in the plate and still go to fucking KFC afterwards, and nobody was asking you for extra money.
That's because you know pocketed a couple of extra out of that.
Yeah, I gave it to church. That's society, huh, Gabe? You gave it to church. That's what you can say. I gave today the plate.
I wouldn't give it a church. I wouldn't give them money.
You wouldn't
give any
church?
of these people money.
I know.
Huh?
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't give money to a church.
You're an
atheist. Who do you give money to? Anybody?
I'm not an atheist, huh? Who would I give money to causes that are worth giving money to things that where
Laura
people
Loomer?
actually
like
help other people.
Starbucks workers, and they're working.
I don't want to. You know who I like to give money to? People who ask me for money on the street, who just ask for it, where they're, and you know what? I don't care what they're going to use it for. I'm not one of those people who's like, well, as long as you're only going to use it for food. It's like, go ahead, fucking buy whatever you want. You don't have any money. Here's $1. It's great. Fucking go get a beer. I don't care. Go fucking buy crack. I don't care.
Yeah,
it's
your. That's where you
got.
Now that I've given you money
for $1.
I gave you money. It's your money now. I don't need to be in charge of your fucking
problem.
Money. Yeah,
Here's
exactly.
I
love the fact that you do that, and you're considered a fucking weak human being for doing that to them.
Why? Why is that weak?
They consider you weak.
No, they don't consider me weak. I do it on a whim. Some people I'll be like, nah, sorry, man. Some people I'll be like, okay, here's $1, or here's $2, or here's $5. Whatever.
Boy, it didn't take you long, Gordon, to throw him into the
into the rage category.
You're fucking raging already. Gabe's raging.
He's so upset. I'm sorry. You guys so upset.
7 minutes.
We haven't even talked about our
Trump's new girlfriend
subject.
Trump's new girlfriend.
All right, she's gonna have a baby with her, I heard.
Should we get off the economy and get into that?
Well, we can get into the economy, but I do want to talk about.
Well, I want to bring up something other before we get into this, because I was watching another Reddit thing today, and it was a subreddit called Economic Collapse, and this lady has 4 kids, and she's folding clothes while she's going through the whole thing about how much it costs for childcare, and how this is everybody's problem. It's not just. It's not just their problem because they have kids. It's everybody's problem because I guess she spread it out into, they both work full time. 2 parents working full time, 4 kids, and all the daycare and all the stuff that it costs
2
them.
Kids?
4 kids, 2 parents, both working. Talking about summer camp, like summer's not a good thing anymore because it's like $7,000 to send kids to camp, and we work, so we got to send them to camp. And she's like, oh, you think kids, once they start grade school, it's all fine, is everybody's going to watch the kids. And then, there's that little section between 2:30 and fucking 5 when parents get home, and then we need daycare. So she was trying to put it as like everybody's fucking problem. I don't know. I'm a no kid person, and T-Bone is a child person. She's got kids, and Gabe doesn't have kids. But I was just thinking about this point. I mean, and I guess it's antinatalism a little bit. It's like, well, why did you do it? It's like, it's fucking expensive. I mean, you make it work out, T-Bone, but like, what's is it too expensive to have children in the United States anymore? And like, is this a crazy idea to like have this,
Well,
and
it's to have them watched is very expensive. It's so expensive. It's usually what, if someone gets a starter job, is like I like to call them. Uh, they
yes,
still couldn't pay for childcare
no,
with that. Even with a career, if you have a
pay.
career,
This is what
you
I'm
can't
talking
pay.
about. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what the fucking thing is, whether it's childcare, whether it's whatever. And then you go ahead. You know what? Never mind. Go ahead.
No, you get your let him finish what he's saying.
It's what we already know. It's just too expensive. It makes more sense for one of the parents to stay home with the kids. You know what I mean? And
Right.
honestly, if you can work that out, it really benefits the kid more too. I mean, this to have someone around and taking care of things,
which is a more standard model of parenting, right? I mean,
that's what this is where, I mean, I'll work as much as I have to make sure that our family has somebody based here, making sure that the kids are being raised and do the right things and make right decisions, because that's important, because they got to know about this political stuff and economic stuff and how hard it is. We explain stuff to them, but you got to be there for the kids. If you're not explaining shit, they're not going to be raised properly.
Yeah, and I grew up as a latchkey kid. My mom worked. I was a single parent. My mom worked, and I know she'll never watch this podcast, so this is good. But between the time I got off of school,
you want her to watch the podcast? we can put Trump across the screen.
Of course, we do put Trump across the screen frequently.
But I mean,
no, in a positive manner.
The shit that I got up to between fucking 3 o'clock and 6 was a lot at that age. You know what I mean? I won't get into it, but it was a lot. And I don't think the latchkey thing is an option anymore. I don't know how many kids are latchkey anymore, like we used to be.
It's an option, just not a good option.
Not a good option. No, I don't know if it was then, but it worked out.
You just need to make it work out. Whatever you need to do. I know that sounds easy for some and harder for others, but you brought something into this world. You need to stick with that and make sure it's done properly. Don't half-ass shit.
I agree with you. There's responsibility involved in having a child, having a pet, having anything. There's a certain amount of responsibility that a lot of responsibility that you owe to whatever it is that you care for. But this goes right back to the problem of why is our world set up in a world where we have the technology that we don't have to have people struggling to do shit. Why is it that people are fucking struggling to do shit like this? It shouldn't be a struggle. Greed. It should exactly. Thank you. It's because of fucking people got to be billionaires. It has nothing to do with it. This is the whole problem. After you make it so that it isn't fucking impossible to do anything, then talk to me about who the fuck is irresponsible and responsible. However, because that's when you'll be able to tell. I can't tell right now. I can't tell.
It's honestly, I can't tell. Though it's always been the case where it's like, look, there's always been you can't just say billionaires and people at zero, and then there's no fucking thing in between. There's a lot of shit in between. There's a lot of striations of this shit in between about where people are middle class and kind of making it, and that's where we are. You know what I mean? No. We're not billionaire levels, but it's like we make just enough.
Barely holding on, dude.
And this is if you want me to get passionate, I will get passionate about this. This is the fucking thing that drives me crazy, because everybody should support the middle class. You know why? Because the middle class pays for everything.
That's exactly what this is.
The middle class pays for everything. The rich don't pay their taxes. The poor don't pay their taxes. The middle class fucking forks over a shit ton of money.
The rich don't pay taxes. The poor can't pay taxes.
Right. Let's say
the middle class, but there's almost no middle class anymore because it's being dissolved.
But this is what I'm saying. Why is everybody attacking the middle class? Why is there a problem with this? Shouldn't we be just making it easier for everybody in the middle? Because they pay for everything.
The idea to get rid of the middle class benefits the people in power because you start knocking people down. So now you don't have to share shit.
Benefit?
Now, because you have more control. They don't want a strong middle class. A strong middle class means that these people, that strong middle class gets to make the fucking decisions, not the billionaires. The billionaires don't make the decisions in a strong middle class.
No,
that's
the middle
what
class
happened
still
after
doesn't
World War II. Yes, it makes sense.
Everybody
it fucking
votes.
Makes sense.
Everybody votes.
No,
I mean, even the poor votes.
Voting is
middle
bullshit.
Class votes.
No, please, that's bullshit. That's
right. Here we fucking go.
No. If the middle class have power, they have monetary power as with a strong middle class. Think about after World War II, 1950s, 60s, into some of the 70s.
Exactly.
Strong middle class. Guess who paid a lot of taxes? Guess who paid a lot of taxes? Class. No. The rich paid a lot of the taxes at that point. There was such higher taxation on the rich at that time because the middle class paid their taxes. Well, they didn't pay too much of their taxes.
Now, there's always the fear of driving the middle class out of, into other areas, and that being
driven. It's already driven.
It is.
There's almost no middle class.
Yeah, I know.
Driven.
I'm saying this is a problem. This is a fucking
Well, then
issue.
Who's going to pay the taxes?
The rich. The rich can pay the taxes. They should be fucking paying the taxes.
I know
that, but they're not. We are right now.
I know. They should
Warren
be.
Buffett
and you know what?
Like, tax me.
So are you saying we're the rich?
They pit the poor. They pit us against the poor, saying, "Look at those guys, don't pay any fucking taxes. Look, you pay all the taxes, and then they fucking don't pay any taxes. Please, come on."
Well, what if nobody pays taxes and we just create a bunch of big tariffs? They'll be paying.
Oh God.
I was curious today. I was thinking about somebody was bitching about Donald Trump fucking golfing every day and what it costs for the Secret Service for this fucking bastard to go golfing.
Supposedly they just found a guy on his golf course. The Secret Service.
You and me are paying for him to do that, and that's offensive.
And his kids.
That offends me. Yes, and his kids.
It offends me greatly. Well, and I wish that there was a thing you could tick off. Wouldn't it be great if you could go to pay your taxes and here's the things I support that I'm going to pay for. Here's the things I'm not going to pay for. What do you want to pay for? Do you want to pay for military? Some people do. Do you want to pay for Trump to go golfing? Some people do. Do you want to pay for? Yeah, I don't. I don't want to pay that. So you don't get to pay. You don't have to pay that much. And then it goes through a big calculation thing, probably AI, and it kicks out a number. It's like, okay, you're not paying for these. You're not paying for that. Here's your tax number.
Sorry, Donnie. We can only send one Secret Service guy with you today.
If we could do that, we'd probably have free.
I'm not paying for guns and bombs. I'm not doing that. Check. Yeah. I'm not fucking paying for Donald to go fucking check. I'm not paying for this. Check. And then fucking, hit me with whatever's left. Roads and bridges? Sure. I'm in. Fucking education? I'm in. Fucking.
I like that idea, but people are way too dumb.
No.
Well, they'll never let us choose.
No, they'll never let us choose because the money train rolls the fuck in. And they just fucking
obviously
just fucking a coffee pot. How much? 10,000? No sweat.
Gotcha.
Special. We need a special coffee pot for the government. It's a special government coffee pot that costs a lot of money. James Earl Jones.
Before we start talking about Laura Loomer and the influencers, I just wanted to say goodbye to James Earl Jones.
What is that you said? What was that from? T-Bone.
That was Who Disturbs My Slumber? It always sounded like James Earl Jones.
Was that a James Earl Jones thing?
No, it was from Disney's Aladdin when they take the two scarabs at the beginning and they put them together and then they fly off and
that's right.
The sand sphinx rises and it opens and it says, only the true boy can go in, but beware. But at first it wants to know who disturbs my slumber.
And that was
it always sounded like James Earl Jones. I don't know. And now I'm going to have to look it up because I'll feel silly, but it should have been. Did James Earl Jones was
he was the voice of Darth Vader. Darth Vader. He was also, things for me that I remember. He was in Conan. He actually had a part. He wasn't just a voice in that.
Yeah,
he was.
I remember that.
He was like the evil wizard in Conan.
He was Darth Vader, dude. I mean,
he was Darth
seriously,
Vader.
that's some serious shit. That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, he was such a good actor and had such a good voice.
I remember him from like Field of Dreams with
There you go.
With oh god, man, he was in the bus with Kevin.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember that right
Costner?
now? Costner.
No,
yeah.
he was in the Lion King. He was Mufasa in the Lion King too.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was also in the he was also in Coming to America. He was the king.
I just want to point this out.
King Joffrey.
You've done it again. He has died before he was born.
Oh,
apparently.
Well, I copied the last one.
You've done it 2 times now. You fucking done it.
I make these fast. Forget it.
I know you do. It's all right.
Sorry.
Trump's new girlfriend,
Laura Loomer,
a
BJ's
white ring wacko. T-Bone, you sent something over. She just disturbed a play in the park, Shakespeare's play in the park.
Dude, yeah, that was hilarious. That's what he was saying made her famous. I didn't know that.
For. That's like one of the apparently that is something that made her famous because I was but she's just like Laura Loomer.
No, she also handcuffed herself to what building was that? It was a fucking Superior Court building or something like that. She handcuffed herself to the door, and then everybody just used the other door. And so they didn't work out.
They went in the back door, yeah.
They just went in the other door. And like this crazy bitch chained over here. I guess we'll use the one on the right.
She's a self-proclaimed white nationalist and proud Islamophobe is what she describes herself as.
Her face looks like you would put that face on a stress ball just to squeeze it like that. You know what I mean? Like, look at that face. Like, I'm angry. I just want to squeeze the face. And then,
she's part of this.
Angry.
She's young. I think she's 31 or something. And so she represents this whole.
I don't even think she's that old, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, she is. I think that's what we discovered.
Milo Yiannopoulos posted this just recently. Have you guys heard of this? Have you seen this? He posted this thing. I think it was on X. Don't fucking quote me.
31.
Milo Yiannopoulos, another fucking right wing. Apparently, they hang out in the same circles of right wing wackos, and she tells him she's been telling people in the thing that she gave Trump the best blowjob of his life. His words.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that does sound like something Trump would say.
Well, or she would do because she loves him to death. Look at that! Look at that hat. The hat is giant. But she's been taking rides on Trump Force One, and so much so that they don't have a lot of seats on it apparently, and other people have been kicked to commercial, so she could.
Wow.
So she could.
Could you imagine of having to travel on a fucking domestic regular flight?
Can you imagine?
Fuck these people, dude.
You can't do on a regular domestic flight. What? Go.
Listen. That was James Earl Jones.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry. Thing. I had to kick it back. I got to give him props. He was a solid dude.
He was solid.
You can't suck a mushroom on a commercial flight. You got to suck a mushroom on a private flight like that. True. I mean, she's garbling.
You get in trouble now, though.
Well, I think
she's garbling the mushroom on Trump Force One.
Yeah, I mean, I think that also, but even beyond us insulting her for the obvious, like her obviously being a wacko.
Do you find her attractive, Gabe?
No.
Okay.
I don't either.
This is
I thought you were going to go sideways again on me.
No, this is a new grifty thing for like a whole group of young people who are influencers. That's why I wanted to talk about this. This is a youthful. There's these people who are, they're in their early 30s, their 20s, and they are right wing activists. But I think it's a grift. I think that it's they've latched on. People like her have found something that they can do. It's like Ann Coulter, obvious grift. Like she just says stuff that's like like out there, and that's how they make their career. Like, you're not
Yeah.
good at anything.
Right.
You're not good at anything. You're not good looking, right? You're not really good looking, because
you're just gonna say offensive shit.
You just go with whatever's super unpopular, and especially in the young circles, young people are a lot less like this, and so this gets them all riled up,
so
and they get and so they actually follow these people. I mean, these people have a lot of followers, and they also got duped recently by Russia. This company called Tenant Media, it actually turns out to be, it's a right-wing media group. It actually turns out to be a front for Russia to push Russian agenda in the United States, which we'll talk about a little more. But I don't know, what do you guys think of this idea that I think this is just a grift, like a group of young people who do?
I think it is for her. I think he is too involved with himself to concern himself with somebody else's grift. He doesn't give a fuck what grift she's working.
Oh yeah, no,
you know
he's the king. He's the king. They're just sort of latching on.
She has actually fucking looped herself in with him.
They just want the king's attention. Look how stupid.
Yeah,
and
that's
behind you.
Also, it serves her. It serves her ability. It serves her fucking want for fame and notoriety. I mean, she's right there saddled up with Trump.
Isn't this where all the bullshit from the Springfield misinformation bullshit comes right from here?
Let's talk this fucking shit though, because I mean, this is what's happening right now. Let's take a look at this. Let's just look at the picture and fucking talk about blowjobs and what the fuck's going on here, and that guy's fucking married, and his wife's nowhere to be seen, and she's over here fucking hugging up on him, and it's all thumbs up, butthole, and I mean, I feel like I'm in a fucking different dimension. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this how we run shit now? I mean,
it is.
No, you can't.
It wasn't that long ago.
Kenneth Starr said you can't get a blowjob in the White House, so that's you can't do it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
is this
Bill Clinton got impeached?
He got impeached for it. I mean, that was a blowjob.
Well, so did this asshole, and he's still running for president.
He's still getting blowjobs, and his wife's nowhere to be fucking seen.
And Monica Lewinsky
can't do anything wrong. This guy's on a gravy train with biscuit wheels. He can't do anything wrong.
It's true.
He can't. He can't be held accountable for any of the shit that he does.
Well, he's not.
And this is what's frustrating, because any of this shit would kill anybody. The shit that he said earlier in his campaign would have killed anybody else. And at this point, he's just like, fuck it. I'm taking a girlfriend on a plane. I'm getting blowjobs. I don't give a fuck. And, Melania, she's back in New York, and she hates my guts anyway, so fuck it. And, this wasn't...
Government's listening.
This didn't used to be how candidates behaved. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a fucking different dimension right now. We must have slipped over. I think CERN did something, and
we slipped.
They slipped us over in a fucking weird dimension where this asshole is still a fucking candidate with all the bullshit that he's pulling.
What do you think's going to happen when that movie comes out? You guys heard about this? The Apprentice movie?
No.
What Apprentice movie?
There's a movie coming out in October called The Apprentice, and it's about Donald Trump. Basically.
Do they fucking squash this guy?
And one of his mega donors is the money behind it. And when he found out some of the shit that was in the movie, he was like, wait a second. I don't want this movie coming out. I'm going to pull. And they were like, we'll find other funding. You can have your money or whatever. But this is coming out.
Wow.
We'll put whatever you want. Look and watch. There's a trailer out right now.
We're going to be very interested in that. But the people that love him will not give a fuck. It doesn't matter.
No, they won't. But it's not. The point is this, is just like you said. He's not winning anything from here on out. He's not going to gain any support. Like, someone's going to find out Kamala Harris is wrong and she let a bunch of people in and they did eat cats. Oh my God, that's it. I'm not voting for him. That's not going to happen.
No,
none of that's just going to happen. He's not going to lose any votes. He has what he has right now. He's not going to gain any votes though. So we got to figure out where we sit on the hardcore.
I disagree. I think that
there's people in the middle that are going to I'm switching over. I'm
because they're dumb as hell. Dude, they are so dumb. These people, dude. Oh my God.
You have to really cry for the country.
I need to weigh the situation. I don't want to be unfair here. Like, those are the kind of people. And like, all right, maybe they're really just saying that because they don't want to be.
I just can't believe we're in this fucking position right now.
We are in
this
position.
I can't believe it. I mean,
guess what? They're the ones who are going to decide the election. Those dumbasses.
I can't believe that the country is filled with enough retards.
It's a lot of retards.
It's neck and neck.
I mean, are you fucking kidding?
Well, it's angry white people.
Oh wait, we're not supposed to. Oh wait, we can't say that again, right?
Can't say it. Terry said it's unlocked. Retards is unlocked.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, retards are good. No, you're good.
It's okay.
Speaking of that, the orange retard posted on True Social that he hates Taylor Swift too. Did you read that?
I know that was.
Well, she went.
That's really smart.
Threw her hat in for Kamala, so that was it.
Yeah, she did. That was.
Everybody did. Anybody with fucking.
You knew she was
going to
do that. She already fucking leaned that angle, man. She knew that. You're not gonna fucking. Trump's a douche. I don't know how
he thought it was like. He's
now
like,
he just got mad all of a sudden. I can't believe she didn't support me.
She's a
grown ass man.
She's a race traitor.
Tweeted.
He's a fucking 4-year-old.
He hates Taylor Swift.
I hate Taylor Swift.
Grown man.
Right.
Grown man.
That will not
presidential candidate
at all. Except that some people might not send their let their kids go to Taylor Swift concerts, which means that those people will hate their parents and their ideology.
I saw a video on fucking Instagram today. I'm selling my tickets. I can't believe I paid this much.
And all those Democratic kids and those liberal kids are like, well,
I'll tell you, Taylor Swift, I'm selling my tickets. I'm like, sell your fucking tickets.
Yeah, Taylor Swift doesn't care.
Those tickets are already bought, so...
Yeah.
And if you want to take
they'll go to
money,
all the thousands of people that are sitting outside the venue trying to listen to it, but they don't have tickets to get in. I think, you opened up a couple of seats.
Well,
they've already purchased.
Yeah.
Also, Trump had a terrible debate with
it was a good one.
He lost that thing so horribly. He got off and he said that he's never won so well, or something, like how he won and how he was the winner and how everybody says he's the winner. And like, dude, he lost. She baited him. She rope-a-doped him.
She got him
so many times. It was awesome to watch. It was really fun to watch.
All he was doing was leaning forward and being angry. The whole they're eating cats, they're eating dogs, they're fucking she's ruining the country, and they're eting cats and they're eating dogs, and they're like,
apparently immigrants eat cats and dogs now. But this is so here are 3 guys here I have here with Laura Loomer. These are the influencers. So these are 3 of the guys who are in this tenant media thing that the Russians are involved in, because Vladimir Putin wants his agenda. He wants to conquer the Ukraine, and he wants to, I don't know, that guy's, something's wrong with that guy too. But he's buddies with Trump, obviously, and the Russian government actually funded this company and got all of these influencers to talk about things that, like, anti-Ukraine stuff. Because have you noticed that, like, the right wing or whatever they are, these Trumpers, they're against the Ukraine. They're all for Russia, like, conquering.
Right. Like, this is something from the fucking 80s. It's like Reagan is rolling over in his fucking grave right now. Are you kidding me? We're like all buddying up to fucking Putin and like anti-fucking, like, what fucking realm?
Not officially.
Where did we fucking slide into that? This is the situation, and now went topsy-turvy, and fucking, now we're all, the right wing is all pro-Russia.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
So it says a media company linked to 6 conservative influencers, including well-known personalities and from right to left, Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, Benny Johnson, was secretly funded by Russian state media employees to churn out English language videos that were often consistent with the Kremlin's interest in amplifying U.S. domestic divisions in order to weaken U.S. opposition to Russian interests, like its war in the Ukraine. By the way, that guy on the right with the hat, he's bald.
First of all, kind of scary that fucking Kremlin gets in touch with you. That's a little frightening.
Well,
for starters.
They did it through a company, and these guys. So here, this is more important. They're victims. The network employs several well-known right-wing U.S. influencers, such as Tim Pool, David Rubin, and Benny Johnson, who say they are victims of the alleged plot if it's proven. U.S. officials characterized the U.S. and Canada-based influencers that worked for Tenet as unwitting figures in the Russian scheme, which allegedly paid some commentators hundreds of thousands of dollars to make videos for the platform.
So you have these three assholes that will do anything to advance their right-wing bullshit, including including possibly being fucking partnered in some fucking Russian horseshit.
Yeah, I want to point out that these so-called conservatives or these Trumpers or whatever these people, these grifters are, they're always become victims as soon as they get something happens where they've done something stupid or they've done something wrong. They're always victims. They always take the victim. Trump does it all the time.
It was sad to me though too, is it's like they're also Americans, and is this fucking craziness is fucking sad, and it really is. It's like, I mean, used to be people had, you know, different thoughts and more on different sides of things and could talk amongst each other, but now it's like, and even I feel it too, it's like you just want, I don't know, I mean,
it used to be good.
You want everybody to, I want you fuckers to feel pain, and you know, it's like, it's not right.
Yeah,
it's not right.
It's a really terrible, and again, I think that this new generation of these clowns are, not only are they spout dangerous, racist, and nativist shit, but look at how easily they were influenced by a foreign power to go ahead and start.
Yeah, did they make money?
Maybe we should change their names from influencers to influencers.
Yeah, exactly.
See?
There you go. Hey, that was pretty good.
And
influencers,
which puts them in a different tax bracket in my book, in the kingdom I live in. You know what I'm saying? You guys should think about letting me run.
Oh, I'd vote
some
for you.
Shit out.
Dude, you
I'd
want to
vote
run?
for you if you denounced
I'd vote for you in a heartbeat.
Denounce Ayn Rand. Stop listening to Rush. And,
denounce. How about
these are my demands. These are my demands.
All right.
For your vote.
To get my vote, I have a list of demands.
Oh God!
Number one.
Well,
outlaw Forrest Gump. Number two.
Yes, God.
Denounce Ayn Rand.
If we're gonna censor anything, Forrest Gump would be. Also, M. Night Shyamalan. His movies are banned just because they're bad.
What if you did an edited version of Forrest Gump?
A what?
An edited, like a you edited version of Forrest Gump.
There would be nothing left. It'd be when you cut out all the right wing propaganda. There's no movie.
Gabe,
well, maybe it might be funnier.
I'm challenging you right now. I want you to do an edited version of Forrest Gump. Your version of Forrest Gump.
Okay.
That's all right.
It's gonna be short.
There will probably be some running.
There'll be running. There'll be running.
They'll be running, and there will be probably very little that it will say.
Everything that's Lieutenant Dan's in is cut. Let's see. All the Jenny scenes
out, all the Jenny shit's out. Yeah.
Yeah, all the Jenny shit's out. Maybe when they're kids, I don't know.
Dude, cut it down to how you see it.
Okay. I like this challenge. I like this.
This is the Forrest Gump challenge, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be able to watch it on this. We'll be able to debut it on this show because it'd be so short. It'd be like 5 minutes of footage that I could use.
You're gonna and then we'll still have room to talk.
We'll still have time. Yeah, I like it. I'm all for it.
I did notice on one of your slides there might have been a new segment.
Well, there's new things.
We'll get to that.
I had Ask a Mexican, but Chuck never showed up, and he didn't respond to my text, which means he fell asleep. And so our only guest, Chuck,
I wanted to talk about. This is the beginning today of Mexican Heritage.
It is
Mexican Heritage Month.
So it's a good day to start. Ask the Mexican.
So Mexican to start it in the middle and go into the middle of the next. Why not just start at the beginning?
What beginning?
Well, Mexican Heritage Month starts from September 15th to October 15th.
Well, they're celebrating their independence, right?
I don't know what that is.
It's independence from somebody. We have one too. It's called the 4th of July.
Gabe's only half Mexican, so you only get 15 days. So
well,
which 15
that
days
means
do
he
you
gets
want?
to celebrate 2 days.
Do you want these? Do you want these 15
today,
days?
But it's actually the day we tell them to celebrate is Cinco de Mayo.
Right. So you get Cinco de Mayo, and I think you already get too many celebrations. This is enough. You get 15 days. You're half Mexican. So here we go.
I'll take
Look
it.
at that snide look on that dog's face.
So I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this. This is our segment called Asking for a Friend, and I was thinking about it this week because I was watching some.
I didn't get the bark box. I wanted to show you guys.
Hey, look! I'm really trying.
You might get in trouble for that.
I'm angling for us to be sponsored by BarkBox. I really am.
Oh man,
that's how I get.
This is a chill.
BarkBox should. But anyway, I was wondering what
you use your BarkBox how you want to. That's what they're going to tell you. There's many uses for a BarkBox.
It's the new slogan. Yes. Use BarkBox how you want to. It's yours to use. We just send it to you.
Bark any way you want to bark.
Yeah, bark. You can bark. Yeah.
We're not going to judge you.
You can bark any way you like. Oh my god. Well, anyway, I was wondering because I was also watching terrible television, and I was thinking, I'm really enjoying what I'm watching right now, and I watch it, daily. I was like, what, and I'm guilt. I think this is lame. This is stupid. I was watching. So I'll tell you this. So I thought of what are guilty pleasures that you have.
Okay.
That you do something that you're a little embarrassed about, but you do it anyway, right?
Okay.
So I'll let you got okay. We'll
got one. I'm thinking. What do I
listen to 80s metal.
Okay. That's not that bad.
I listen to 80s pop. I listen to 80s pop.
I like pop's acceptable.
I know, but those are broad. Which bands are the ones that make you embarrassed?
Dude, embarrassed? I'm not really embarrassed about it, but there's a couple Level 42 songs that I think are fucking fantastic, and Mark King is a great bassist.
Songs.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
Thank you, baby.
You roll up to a red light and you got your light down, and if Bon Jovi's on, that radio gets turned down. I'm not calling him metal, but I'm just saying that will get turned down.
What do you turn down when it comes
Living on a Prayer's going down.
Going down. For me,
I'll listen to it by myself in my truck.
It might be the greatest driving song voted, but Radar Love, hate it.
I know you hate that.
You know I do. I hate it.
And especially if you got to listen to the White Lion version, that's even more embarrassing.
Wait, did they do Radar Love?
They did. They covered it. It was bad.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Who does that?
For 3 seconds.
You love White Lion too. We have Vito Bratta.
I love Vito Bratta, yeah.
Who has dropped completely out of sight.
Might be his biggest fan.
He dropped completely out of sight, T-Bone. Fucking.
There's probably not a week goes by to where I will
is that guy doing?
watch
running
on
a pizza joint?
YouTube, or I'll listen in my truck and I will isolate just the Vito Bratta out of all of it, just to listen to his guitar solos, and it was so clean. It just means so much to me.
I have no idea.
I'd like to point out that the fact that we're talking about White Lion might be the reason that we are the least popular podcast
No, it
in
is
North
not.
America.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
We can just call it the White Lion Podcast next time.
Well, I mean, there is the fact that dude, we are officially out of the fucking loop in the way that people don't understand certain things. Like I was watching Drumeo and they were playing fucking really popular songs for people, Deep Purple, Nirvana. People are like, yeah, I never heard that. What the fuck are you talking about? You never heard?
Well, I tried to make a joke this week because we have there's a position at work that they keep trying to fill, and every time they fill it, the person leaves or quits or whatever.
Why?
And I was like, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it.
Pumping the shit house. It's no big deal.
I'm not going to get into it. It's the guy. No, it's actually
pouring gasoline into a shit pit.
It's a professional position that you'd think that people would stay in, but it doesn't matter. The joke I tried to make was oh, it's like the Spinal Tap drummer, like
The one that blows up all the time.
Spontaneous
it's like Spinal
combustion.
Tap's. I was like, dude, this is like, it's like Spinal Tap's drummer. And the kids like that I work with, they all looked at me and they're like,
What
what's
fuck you talking
Spinal?
about?
What's that? What are you
Fuck
talking
Spinal
about?
Tap.
I was
Isn't
like,
it
"Oh."
weird?
boomer.
Isn't it weird?
It does.
You're
Exactly.
fucking boomer. No, dude, Gen X, bro. Gen X.
Yeah,
that's what
sorry,
it is, boomer.
not a boomer.
I think Gabe made the Gen X right on the cusp, didn't you? When were you born?
No, I'm solidly Gen X.
Solidly Gen
You're
X.
closer to being on the cusp, you old fuck.
I'm not.
Yeah,
No,
I am
I'm in
very
there.
close. I'm a couple of years away, I think. But
You were nearly a boomer, but no.
It's
Can't
62
be.
to it's 62
It's
to
65. It's
79.
65 is a cutoff.
65 is a cutoff.
79. Shit, that's
79 is not the cutoff.
Yes, it is. It's the cutoff. 79.
No, it is not.
Yes, it
You
is.
can't
I'm gonna
even
look it
get
up.
the date on when people died right. Don't sit here and tell me about dates.
79
Oh my god.
is.
Anyway,
Here he comes.
Hold on. Gen X years. Hold on. 1965 to 1980. Oh my god.
But we're talking boomers.
No, we're talking
Boomers
Gen
are
X.
up to 65. But hey, there's
I
a
was
thing
67, so.
I read a thing about Generation Jones, which is actually
What the
there's
fuck
a
is
generation. It's the one they're the like the late boomers. And
I hate the sound of it already.
Yeah, they like.
Oh, so they split off the boomers to a little
They're
bit.
splitting them off because those people don't feel like they're boomers.
They don't want to be called boomers. Thanks.
No.
Like, we'll just keep it with those fucking
There's
assholes.
a whole
that,
thing about
that
it.
stole everything.
Hold
that
on.
Were hippies that fucking ended up becoming fucking massive capitalists and destroying everything.
There it is. Generation Jones. Here it is. It's actually on Wikipedia.
Get there, T-Bone.
Is a generation or social cohort between the baby boom generation, Generation X. The term was coined by American commentator Jonathan Pontel, who argues that the term refers to a full distinct generation born from 1954 to 1965. So neither of you make Generation Jones. Sorry, you're both extras.
No, I miss it.
No, but I don't understand that. I mean, so 54, so everything. Well, like take my mom, born in the fucking 40s, right? So she's born in 40s. They're saying, like, wait a minute, from the 50s on, you got to split these people off because we're different. I mean, there was rock and roll. The whole thing is now.
Well,
Those people didn't like rock and roll.
Your mom might be the silent generation, which is some of them born in the 40s.
Yeah, but there was fucking swing going on when she was born. I mean, she grew up through the 50s and the 60s. You know.
That's what I was gonna say. She had to, like my mom. I mean, my mom was born in 47.
Yeah, my mom was born
around
around then.
Mom was born in. My mom was 51. My dad's 49. Let me ask
you: was that a really fucking great time? Think about growing up in the 50s, man. It wasn't a great time. It was.
Well, it was. It was.
I mean,
if you
compared
were white
to us,
and
if you were
middle
white,
class.
If you were a serial killer, it was a great time.
But
you
then
get away with anything.
But then that dastardly black music was coming in. It was coming in and fucking invaded. It was turning all our pure white kids into fucking dancing lunatics. And then the Mary Jane. And then,
I told my mom. My mom tells me every time I talk to my mom, she tells me how great her childhood was. Oh, the 50s and 60s were great. I tell her every time they were great if you were white and middle class like you were. And she says she gets that's a triggering moment for my mom. You're white too. You're white too. Like I have to. Oh God, that's so funny.
And you grew up with all the stuff living where you got to live. But
wait a second,
can you imagine like the Chitlin circuit back in the 50s?
Oh man,
but the black players played in these Chitlin circuits, and
you're white.
Yeah. Now he gets to celebrate. I get to celebrate
two things.
He gets to celebrate half of
everything
of Hispanic Heritage Month. Half of it.
Half of it.
Whether he wants to celebrate the first half or the second half is up to you.
That's cool. I think I'll
take the second
every
other day.
Yeah, I like that.
Every other day you can have tacos.
Yeah. Fucking, and then every other day in work with a sombrero. Fucking Mexican Heritage Month.
Well,
nachos.
So your dad was a Mexican dude.
My dad is he's from Mexico. He's now an American citizen, but
dad's from Mexico.
Are you sure?
Mom's white.
Did he come over here illegally?
He did.
Originally?
He did. Yeah.
And no one had a problem with that. I don't.
If you do, it doesn't matter because he's.
Let me ask you this: Were there dogs and cats missing in the neighborhood?
There might have been. Was there?
If there were, it would only be because my dad took care of them because he's a wildly into animal care more than almost anybody I've ever met.
Very sweet man. He's a very good human. He's a very good human, and
he's a
he birthed two wonderful people on this planet, Gabe and Jamie. And
well, I don't know, my sister.
Much love.
So questionable.
What's wrong with your sister?
She's all right.
What do you got?
She's awesome.
You guys, this is gonna be the rare moment where I tell you you're awesome and you fucking act like a dick. Stop being like that.
How can I not? Okay, wait. Before we close today, I want to talk.
Is it already there?
Yeah.
We got
not yet.
about 10 minutes.
We got time, but this might take 10 minutes.
I wanted to ask you about this.
This is not going to take 10 minutes.
You just went and saw this.
It will. I went to on Friday the 13th. I went to see Beetlejuice at the 10 o'clock showing. I was excited. This is the new Beetlejuice movie. Tim Burton directed it. Michael Keaton is in it. Winona Ryder is in it. Catherine O'Hara is in it. Even Willem Dafoe is in it.
Really?
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
Willem Dafoe is in it.
I forgot all about him.
There's even cameos of some famous people. Danny DeVito made a cameo.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's a couple of people in it where you'd be surprised. Overall, though, you can see my reaction is a little meh. I'm giving it 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down.
Really? Middle of the road, huh? I'm so sad. I haven't seen that. I had one of my favorite movies from all time. It was the original one, and
that's me too. And this is okay. I wanted just to go, and without spoilers, I'm going to say that there were a few things that made me after watching it, I started to consider it, and a couple of things that made me a little sad about it. That where I was like, maybe they should just have left it alone. Left the world alone, the Beetlejuice world alone.
That sucks.
Well, now you may not feel the same way, but one of the reasons is I feel like there were too many villains. Like they had 3 villain storylines.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know that part. He'll get to know that, but yeah.
Right, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But there are basically 3 main antagonists in the movie. I think he could have gone with 1.
He probably could.
And I really think it might have only been 2. But
it might have been just 2, but 2. It's 2. That's one too many.
I didn't see I thought Beetlejuice was the. You almost felt bad for Beetlejuice.
I'm not counting Beetlejuice as one of the antagonists.
Right.
He's
really. I got you.
I
know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who else I'm talking about. But you'll see when you see it. You might, even if you disagree with me on the 3 thing, even the fact that there's 2 major antagonists makes it
confusing.
Makes
it
a little confusing and too scattered for me.
So you think there was just too much? It was just too much.
I see where you're going with this. This is dude's wife too, right?
So yeah, I want you to so here's a picture over here of Tim Burton. This is his new wife. I don't know, Balladina, because she's some Italian actress. I don't know what her name is, but
Bellucci.
That's not Monica Bellucci.
That's not Monica Bellucci.
I don't know.
It's Monica Bellucci. Yeah,
it's Monica Bellucci.
It's Monica Bellucci. He's married to Monica Bellucci.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! Wow. Anyways,
so she's a major player in the movie. I felt like she was unnecessary.
Did you guys not really?
Yeah. See, I'm pointing her out in the.
I like the movie.
I see that.
She's front and center. Yeah. Also,
you know Monica Bellucci, right? I mean, you know who that is, yeah? No?
She's some actress.
Dude, really?
Okay, my God. What's so great about her?
It's amazing.
Why?
Monica Bellucci? You're a fucking crazy person.
From what?
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
A billion fucking things.
Didn't like that movie that much.
No?
Well,
there's a lot of movies you don't like.
Listen, there was a scene of Winona Ryder running down the steps, and she clearly has no bra, and it is a wonderful scenario.
Well, that's great. I mean, stuff like that's great, but in all that, I didn't like. That movie was only okay.
Yeah, but
Matrix Revelations.
Think about it too.
God, anything past the first Matrix sucks.
They put Keanu in Dracula. Yeah, fuck it. But where be Earth without? You know, I feel like I'm trapped in the castle, man. And I don't know.
The new karate.
Hey.
Well,
Dracula.
I'd also like to say that this new
I love that guy though.
I love him.
Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
He's an amazing person.
Great. He's
amazing
great.
person. Weird choice for that, but
yeah, he's often miscast over the years. This movie was okay, but another thing about it is, remember the Afterlife? How vibrant and like really it felt like
it was all green lights and
it was amazing, right? In the first one.
Do you remember the guy that got ran over the truck? Guy that got ran over the truck by the truck, it was flat.
One tire.
Yeah.
And he just kind of fucking
tire mark.
He just kind of like on a rail.
And I don't know what if you'll have to see it to see if you feel the same way. I felt like it was flat. It didn't have the same depth, and it was just.
What is wrong with people anymore? I mean, honestly, you're exploiting this really available thing, and it's like, can you not just make it fucking right? Can we do something interesting, or do we just have to fucking count pennies? And we have to just fucking.
Well, I don't know, and
do a just fucking.
T-Bone may disagree. Rig. That's the thing. This is solely my opinion, and I can't say that I didn't like the movie because there were certain things about it I really liked, like Michael Keaton, amazing, just awesome, amazing. Yeah. Like as usual, Michael Keaton delivers hardcore. And if there's anything that I mean, Winona Ryder was wonderful. This new Jenna Ortega chick,
O'Hare was spot on too.
Oh, dude. Catherine
she's
O'Hara,
always
again,
spot on.
she's another. She's
an amazing
The
comedian.
new girl, Ortega, she doesn't impress me that much. Like,
she played Wednesday. She
didn't impress me in that either.
She's very similar looking wise, and they've already stereotyped this chick into these type of roles.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, you're right.
It's gonna get rough for her.
She's like a wannabe Christina Ricci. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Christina Ricci got typed into that.
She also got
with Casper and Wednesday as well, and that might be one of those cursed roles, like
I feel
Bela
like
Lugosi
it is for her.
played Dracula, and you never saw Bela Lugosi in any soap opera.
Do any other. Bring to me the platter of wine.
Vincent Price wasn't coming in. I mean, he might have got away with some comedy stuff, but
Vincent Price, he was like, amazing.
Roddy McDowell got stuck as he was Planet of the Apes for the rest of my life.
Well, you know what? I'm sad about this, but I think that you get a lot of this these days where it's just kind of middle of the road. Like, what blows your mind? What have you seen that blows your fucking mind anymore? It's like, I mean, this.
I don't feel like there's
really for it. With movies, you really got to keep attention now. You got to be on point, and things have to be happening all the time because our attention span is gone.
That's true.
But
I think
is that the fucking case though? Really?
I think the only art that's been amazing me at all has been honestly like video games. Like that's where I'm being more like amazed.
I can't wait to see the new Elder Scrolls because it was already badass. And
what do you mean the new Elder Scrolls? Is that coming?
New Elder Scrolls is coming out here soon.
We used to fucking sit down and go for it.
I got into some Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Did you? Which one?
The
Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Like all the scrolls.
We did Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah.
Skyrim. Well, because I played Morrowind, which was two before.
What year was that?
Morrowind is like 2000, 2001.
Was it deep like Skyrim?
Yeah, it was crazy. I played that on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Yeah, that was an amazing game. I played Oblivion, which was the one after that, and then I played Skyrim. I actually have Skyrim for VR.
So we had the Skyrim thing, and I remember E came in with like, it looks. All you got to do is go over there and make knives. Just make knives. Make a bunch of knives, and then like boosts you up for some. I forget what you did with the knives, but you just went over and made a bunch of
Dude,
knives.
you just kept making little knives, and then
you
you
just
go
making
back
little
in
tiny knives
the shop and sell them, and then buy
sell
like
'em
some
knives.
leather, and then go back out, make
buy
more
shit,
knives,
make a bunch of little knives. Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, you've pumped your experience up to where you can make this like
badass suit of armor
made of, it's like
Yeah.
unstoppable. You have a weapon that even fucking comes out of its sheath and kills everybody.
Giant
ass. It's I think that for me, like as far as like mainstream art goes, video games are really the only thing that's, again,
well, let me ask this too, because it's interesting to me.
like
It's like
art.
at our age, does this stuff really appeal still? Yeah, like
I don't
video
know.
games, and
I
like
watched.
you
Well,
really
yeah.
sink into another world and like go.
I don't play at like the frequency or spend the amount of time that I would spend when I was younger, but I certainly could still like play and appreciate them.
I still go back probably twice a year and go to GTA 5 and do some car jumps, and
you and I would do baseball or something like that.
I love that.
And like that was fun, but I haven't done it in a long time, and it's
there's just no time.
There's no time.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's like is everything just like it's like I don't have time to invest in a massive story driven scenario.
But you can still try it. Like I buy games and I try them.
Sure.
Like I play them and I don't maybe even ever finish them, or maybe I do. I actually there's a VR game called Half-Life Alyx that was amazing. I played it for like 5 months. It took me it's a short game, and it took me a long time to finish it for how short the game is.
Did you play Hollow Knight?
No, I didn't try that.
Yeah, try that one. Anyways,
well, let's finish this up with as much as you may not have liked that movie, I think Gordon should decide for himself.
You need to watch it. I agree.
I'm not saying this or this. I mean, I'd give it 1 thumbs up. I wouldn't say I'd give it 2 thumbs up.
You never.
It was entertaining. I see what you're saying about the story, but just
neither
because
of you were over the top about it. So.
3 villains or 4 villains or 1 villain. I mean, I know there's a formula, and you got to stick to that. But you can't
I feel like
just
Tim Burton lost his edge, man. His edge is gone, and that's too bad because come on, this is the same
You're
guy.
A Hollywood naysayer. You don't like anybody in Hollywood.
He brought us, dude. He brought us such incredible. He brought so Beetlejuice. That's so amazing. The original
Scissorhands.
Dude, Edward Scissorhands is possibly.
Well, I'm gonna ask you: does Danny Elfman come back? Does he play?
Yeah,
he does.
He does. Elfman's got the music,
and the music's right there too.
The music is right there. Music's right there. It's fine. The music's great.
Although he just did this, there was some controversy came up with him that I'm sure his publicist trying to drop. I don't know. There's some young girl thing going on in someone's.
Oh, let's look for it. Hold on. Let's see what happened to Danny Elfman.
Don't bring the Elfman down. He's a good dude too. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
But you don't want to know from me.
A Los Angeles judge has tossed the sexual assault lawsuit filed by an anonymous woman who alleges composer and musician Danny Elfman groomed and abused her between 1997 and 2002 when she was in her 20s, and he was twice her age. It's been tossed.
All right. Let's end up with that. Fuck it. That's bullshit.
That's Hollywood, no bad publicity.
Some bitches are out for fucking cash.
Some bitches are out for cash.
And Dave Grohl went down too, if you guys didn't hear about this one too.
Yeah, well, he admitted that shit. And fucking having a baby outside of marriage.
Oh, yeah. He also had a fight with Perry Farrell on this stage.
No. That was Dave.
No, that wasn't Dave Grohl.
That was Dave Navarro.
That was Dave Navarro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now, I was wondering about that thing, and I heard that it was... Well, so yes. And so, I mean, Perry Farrell's wife explained it was about stage volume, and that Perry couldn't hear himself.
Perry might be
Perry Farrell's wife is always going to stand up for him. Yeah. She is also, more Dave's in love with him than she is himself.
And Perry fucking lost his shit. And it's not his fault because, that's
Dave should have been the first guy to know that it was too loud for Perry. Fuck that.
Yes. He can't hear himself.
Coming
Can't
down
hear
the mountain.
myself.
This guy.
All right, you fucking bastards.
All right,
I love you all.
I love you guys. We talked very little about Laura Loomer. I guess
we did.
She doesn't
What's there
really
to say? She's retarded.
She doesn't really deserve that as that much.
She's blowing Trump. We
You're
all know
blowing
this.
Trump.
Blah blah blah.
I don't know if we mentioned just before we end that that Trump pretended to try to have an assassination attempt today.
Yeah.
Which
I think it was fake.
Nobody's going to believe it.
It boosts him. It boosts his fucking numbers or something.
If anybody believes it.
They tried to kill me again, and I'm back.
That's it. Last time he got shot, his numbers went up in double digits, and
he put up his
from
fist
here
again.
on out. There's going to be people
somebody
trying to take
like bang bang, and it was like, oh, somebody tried to shoot Trump again, and like, it's a fucking ploy. It's all horse shit.
It's one of his retarded followers duck hunting in his pond at his golf course. I'll guarantee it.
Probably is.
Anyway, if you want to get in touch with us.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with us, it's the nottalkingaboutthat.com. The guys at nottalkingaboutthat.com is our email.
And trust me, no one's going to fucking write, because anybody who's accidentally stumbled onto this got past us long ago. I mean, like hours.
I would like to say fucking happy autumn to you guys.
Yeah.
It's really nice up here.
Is it starting to turn over there?
It's turning. I can feel the light difference. It's really nice, and fucking happy autumn. Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah,
happy autumn, bitches. We're getting
next time we meet, I'll be 50. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, my wife is the next day too. So, what are you doing for your birthday? Anything fun?
Nah. I don't think so. We'll just.
Oh my god! Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Maybe go see my parents. I don't know. I know.
Nobody's planning anything. Well, come up here then. If you're gonna go see your parents, come up here.
Yeah, I will. If I go, I'll come see you if I do see my parents.
If you do. If we go. And Dawn is the next day.
Dawn is the 22nd. Yeah.
22nd. Yeah.
My better half. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you have something extravagant planned, and you better.
Thanks, dude. Because I don't.
Wow. Well, you still have a week.
She's never watched any of our podcasts anyway.
You have a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got a week. What are you doing?
Probably going to
jewelry. You don't have to do anything. Just buy jewelry.
I'm not doing jewelry.
You shouldn't do jewelry, because if you do it wrong, it's even worse.
Yeah.
You get the wrong thing.
Do a little jewelry bit where the 50 is like a heart. It splits across. It's a 5-0.
You can't buy a woman anything with a number on it.
I think that's going to be a start right there.
What is that?
Something like that. It's
like a pager.
Oh yeah. Get some AirPods.
Oh, those are your AirPods. Yeah. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Right on.
So today was the test. I do like. I hope I sound better.
You sound great.
Sound great, dude. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is via the AirPods.
This is it.
It's good.
It works nice. It sounds good. Now I learned how to program these to act as a hearing aid. That's why I got these. So.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
So
they do.
It boosts things
Mine
for
do
you.
too. They boost. Yeah.
So anyway,
gents.
Yeah, write us if you got this far. And happy birthday.
Well, thanks. I'll see you guys next week.
Big birthday, fucker. Do something nice. And
I'll see.
Half a century old.
Every one of you fuckers, and I'll see you.
Adios, amigos.
Adios.
Find that Mexican.